Straight beat downs.
Being straight. Today, we're going to be going over straight punch defense and how to apply the Jeet Kune Do mindset to it so you can have the best possible defense for a street fight.
That's a martial word.
Let's talk about fighting stance for a second. Now, Ottawa hasn't practiced in a little while, so we're going to use him to help kind of correct how to do it properly. Show me what you think is a really good fighting stance. Now this stance isn't bad, but let's tweak a couple things and add some things from some styles. Now, traditional styles, karate, taekwondo, his legs are not far enough apart. He's not mounted enough, his knees aren't bent enough to help prevent against wrestling style attacks. So let's separate them a bit. And this is also a wrestling style thing. Separate them a bit more.
Bowie.
Okay, too far. Too far. Right there, perfect. Bend him a bit more. Now that is a good stance. He's kind of got a little bit of an L going on with his feet, which is perfect. You can do a bit more of a boxer style stance with your foot pointed this way if you want to keep your shoulder a bit more forward. But me personally, I prefer a bit more of an L shape with my feet. Elbows, tuck them in a little bit more. This is a Muay Thai thing and a boxing thing. Tuck them into your ribs to protect your ribs, right? Now, shrug up your shoulders just a hair. Tuck your chin in. Those are all boxing aspects. Boxing and Muay Thai aspects is shrugging up the shoulders to protect the chin, tucking the chin a little bit, and keep the hands in front of the face. Now this fighting stance, we're going to be using this fighting stance to block these punches today, starting with the block. All you're going to do, this is going to combine a few different styles. So the foundation of this movement comes from Japanese Jiu-Jitsu and Wing Chun, okay? So what we're going to be doing here is basically, if you've ever practiced Wing Chun before, this is called a Pak Sao, okay? So this movement here, shrugging across the body here, that's a Pak Sao, okay? And we're going to use that to deflect the first punch. When I throw my jab, he's going to use his right hand to perform this Pak Sao style movement, as you can see, across, okay? With this, we're not exactly replicating the Pak Sao movement. We're going to cup our hands a little bit to give us a little more movement with the hand in case, of course, because humans aren't perfect, we have a little bit more surface area to work with as opposed to just straight using the palm, right? So he can cup my whole hand when he deflects that punch. And the key here is that when you do this deflection, okay, you're using your whole body, okay? You move your shoulder across, you move your hand across your center line. Do not do this. Don't bring the arm all the way over here. That's wasted time and you're left open to a second shot. So just across the center line to get the punch out of your danger zone. Don't be loose. Don't be loose. So if Ottawa's punching me here, so it goes ahead, 1 and 2. Now that's an example of good. That's an example of staying tight. That's nice. So again, what tight looks like, right? So 1 and 2, we incorporate the shoulders, we move, right? To try and get off of that line of danger, right? But what's a bad example is if I do this. Okay? If I go like that. If I'm like invading him, or if I'm like grabbing his hands, that's all bad. So it's like a good fighting stance is nice and tight, right? A good fighting stance is not loose and like this, and like, no. So a good fighting stance is nice and tight. So for our defense, right, we stay nice and tight, and we move, right? And then of course later we can incorporate counters. So we got it. Okay, so let's see him perform it one more time. I throw a jab punch, a straight punch from my lead hand here. Boom. Perfect. And I could feel the roughness in his attack. That's good. Basically, you want to treat it like you're striking the punch out of the way. So he deflects it off of his center line and stops it from hitting him in the face. Right? Okay, so just to review, let's have you face the front. So we're in our fighting stance here. Nice and protected, shoulders up, hands covering the face, elbows covering the ribs. We're here. We've got our right hand ready to deflect the first punch. Just like that. One more time. So we're here and, right? And you can cup it a little bit. There's flexibility here, but the point is that you want the strength, you want the positioning of the arm to cross that center line and deflect that danger away from you, right? So, and remember to exhale every time you do it. So you regulate your breathing. Now, that's for the jab. we use the rear. And when you do this movement, you can also move your shoulders a little bit too with it, like a boxer, right? So that's another aspect that you can incorporate from another style. And another style that this movement kind of steals elements from would be like Taekwondo or karate when you do a block like this. Kind of like that. Okay? Because it crosses the center line here, but we're just modifying it, so we're like combining that with the Pak-Sao, and then we're combining that with the Japanese aspect of cupping it a little bit. So we can do it on our right side, all we have to do is flip it. So if we go on our left side here, right, we do the same thing. And this will be for the cross punch, or the right hand of your enemy. So we're right here, and we go. Now, if we do one after another, we do right hand first, and then we do left hand after, as if it were like a 1-2 combo. Okay, ready? We go, and we do it again. And of course, this would be much faster, so you would go more like, right? You can go ahead. Just like that. So now, we flip him around, face me. I'm gonna be attacking him, trying to kill him. Yeah, if the bear comes first.
First one, because he's behind you.
So we're here, I'm an aggressor, I'm an attacker, right? If I was a bum on the street, okay, I'd be throwing haymakers at him and trying to grab him and do all that. There'll be a different tutorial for that, but this is against a skilled type of fighter who actually throws controlled straight punches, right? Hooks are a different story, that's a different tutorial. So we're here, and I go slow, 1, 2, and you see, you want to try to use your palms, okay? You want to try to use your palms because right here is the hardest, right? This is what the karate guys and everything, they break the bricks with, because this is the hardest portion. And even Boss Rutan suggests that a strike like this, using this part of the hand, is stronger than a punch. So you can go argue that with him if you'd like. But anyway, when we're doing this block in particular, you kind of want to aim for that palm, lower palm area. It's really strong, and if you're practicing with a partner, they will notice. They'll be like, ow, that hurts. Slowly, 1 and 2. Remember to be mobile, right? We're not statues here, so we're mobile. So when I throw those, and see, if this was realistic, really, after I throw that punch, he wants to kind of manage his distance. So as soon as he blocks that, a great exercise with your partner is to move in a circle each time you do it, right? So, and then you move, right? And then I go, and then we move again. And, right? And we move again. Simulate real combat. Me and him are just dying in the sun right now.
It's burning me alive.
Jeez. And something nice that you can actually do, back up a bit so you can see our feet. Again, an element of Muay Thai. As you've noticed throughout this video, I've mentioned a multitude of styles because we're incorporating as much as we can here to come up with the most powerful, simplistic technique that works, right? So we're here. Now, so the first block moves the back heel, we move across here. Second block moves the front heel, right? So this is more of a Muay Thai thing, right? It's kind of like you're throwing a cross, and it's kind of like you're throwing a hook in Muay Thai, except we're blocking. So we're just using those elements to help us get some power and help us get some stability in the movement. So we're here, again, nice and slow, but this time we're gonna put in that foot movement. 1, 2. Again, 1, 2. And can we do it nice and fast this time? Sure. Do it nice and fast with some exhales. Again. 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 And just like that. So when you're practicing this with your partner, just make sure that you're being mobile, right? You're not just being statues. Of course, if you need to understand the movement first, you can be statues, that's just fine. But remember that combat is not being a statue, right? Everybody's always moving. Everybody's scared of everybody. Everybody's trying to survive.
Survive. Yes.
We're trying to survive in this right now.
Any questions, leave them in the comment section.
Thank you guys for watching. Please get off your couch. Go do some fitness, because fitness is important for your heart and your life and your longevity. Hope you guys have a damn good day. Hopefully you're not going to boil as much as us. We are going to go get some chicken, and we will see you guys next time. Have a damn good day.
Peace out.